Thank you for coming to Jonas Ridge Snow Tubing. We are a family-owned and operated business. We want your visit to be pleasant and as safe as possible. That's why it's important to pay attention to the following safety information. First, we have to remind you that you are tubing at your own risk and should always be mindful of those who are tubing with you. You should not have anything loose hanging off your clothes like scarves, belts, gloves, or hats. Make sure your long hair is not exposed. No tubing on the slopes when the facility is closed. You are allowed to go to the slopes on rental tubes only that we provide. And of course, no alcohol is allowed. To get started on your tubing adventure, here is what you need to do. When you leave the main building, go downstairs to pick out your inner tube underneath the porch. Grab your tube by its lanyard and drag it to the entry line of the conveyor belt next to the tube lanes. Please wait your turn. There is no passing anyone while on the conveyor belt. Step onto the conveyor belt with your tube behind you. Please do not sit inside the tube. The conveyor will take you up the slope. Once to the top, please step to the right after the first sign and off the conveyor. Proceed to the 6 snow tube lanes to choose from. Do not push and be courteous to others. Each is groomed a little differently, so some may be faster than others. There is only one rider per tube. After choosing your lane, place your lanyard inside the tube. Then check to make sure your lane is clear of all other riders all the way to the bottom before you start your ride down. There are 2 ways to ride the inner tube. The first is to sit down in the tube. The second is to lie on your stomach. If you are tubing with a small child, make sure he or she is sitting all the way in the tube. You can also slide down the slope with more than one person to make a chain. The limit is 4 people at one time can ride down the lane together. Chaining will only be allowed if the group holds on to the handle on the side of the tube and must hold on to these handles all the way to the bottom. If we are really crowded or the conditions aren't perfect, we may not allow chaining on some days. All children ages 6 or under must be accompanied by an adult at all times during the entire 2-hour session when on the snow tubing lanes. There will be no exceptions, and this is for safety reasons. The most important rule on the slope is the next one. After you have an exciting and safe ride, when you reach the bottom and your tube is stopped, stand up and be sure you look up the hill for other people that may be coming down other lanes before you safely begin moving out of your lane. The 3 lanes on the left will get up and exit the snow tube lanes to your left and walk behind the net. The 3 lanes on your right will move to the right to exit the snow tube lane area. If you have any questions about your tubing experience, there are always knowledgeable staff members at the top and bottom of the snow tube lanes to direct you and keep everyone enjoying a safe and fun atmosphere. Professional photos will be taken of your family or group at the top of the slopes and action shots as you are riding down having fun. These are available inside the lodge next to the fireplace and can be purchased on-site or on the Jonas Ridge Snow Tubing website. Regular photo or video is limited to behind the fence off the slopes for safety reasons. Also, non-ticketed persons must remain behind the fence at all times. When you finish your 2-hour session, please place your inner tube under the porch and warm up inside by the fire. Thanks for enjoying a fun-filled day at Jonas Ridge Snow Tubing.